people existing right next to each other.
Okay. So, Tone, there's a sentiment that I want to catch your drift on, right? It's saying that women are born with their value, right? Men have to build their value. And women are not checking for men that haven't built their value. So women are waiting at the finish line for men when they get together. And that's why marriages aren't lasting, because women are hypergamous in nature and they was always looking for the next best thing. And that the man can't keep up with that. What you think about that?
I don't agree.
Okay.
That's it.
Why?
I don't agree. I don't agree because
so I'll be damned. That ain't all right. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the because part. That's the part I need. Go ahead.
I don't agree because I'm a firm believer in most people are products of their environments. Most of us brought up in environments or situations where, like children, you have kids. Kids gonna do what they see, not what you say. They're gonna recognize how you and the missus are treating each other, doing life together. I believe that that's the case right now. There's some women that are brought up, and then somewhere along the line, depending on the family values of what's going on, they're going to become, I hate to say the word delusional, but delusional based on their friend group or what have you. Oh, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to have. Versus, they may go outside in the home. They may go through a phase. But I feel it's the same way for both men and women. So ultimately, I don't agree that to that particular sentiment, because I feel, depending on the individual, man and or woman, they're going to get to a point, depending on where they are in life. Also, they're going to get to a point to where they're going to make that decision on what they want, what they need, so on and so forth.
Okay. Joel, do you think, because we just talking about marriage, the facets of it, and are most of your friends married?
No.
Are they really talking this 666 stuff?
What's that?
6-pack, 6 figures, 6 feet.
No. Not my friends, at least.
Are your friends outliers, you think? Are they like, what you like? Or are they just average women?
I think they're just average women. I'm actually the only one out of my friends that's married.
Okay. So, have you heard that 666 mantra before?
Yeah.
You think it's a farce, or you think it has merit?
I think it's a preference. I don't know how realistic it is, but it's a preference.
So your friends do talk like that?
No, not my friends, but I've heard it before.
Where you heard it from?
Y'all shows.
So you saying it's an internet thing? You haven't? All right, hold on. Before I ask you, D, what you laughing at? Yeah, that blanket. You're about to get hot. Go ahead. What? What? All right. So, all right, D, go ahead. What you think? Are your friends talking like that?
No, I also think that it's an internet thing.
Is that right?
I don't hear much about the 666 outside of like this space, like YouTube space.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
All right.
my best friend is almost 6 feet, and she's messing with a guy. He's like 5'9". So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me. Wait. Are your friends talking like that?
I think it has to do with age. When you're a little younger, I think maybe you're looking for that. But as you get a little bit older, you understand that the pickings are a little bit slimmer. And so with that said, you realize that you can't get all that you want.
That's crazy. You realize she just said that they settling for niggas. They go from 20, right, to 29 and a half. They start to get washed up, and then they start lowering their so-called standards. That's diabolical, James.
Facts. I was hearing it too. Oh my gosh. Yo,
That-
but it's
I don't
crazy.
think it's a lowering of standards. I
Oh
think
my
it's
God.
just
Here we go. Now y'all on team. Okay, I
it's
get
to
it.
come to Jesus. Like, all right, now, if you don't have children, the biological clock is ticking. You gotta pick somebody at some point. But I don't think it's a settling. It's just
That sounds the same.
I think it's being more realistic than that.
Yo, think about that though, right? Right, James, take this walk with me, right? Think about what
I'm
these
running.
niggas
I'm
just
running right
said.
now. I'm running.
Yo, so she saying what you said, man? Damn, I'm getting old.
He said it's
Damn, it's not enough 6 foot niggas. Damn, these niggas ain't making the money that I thought they was gonna make. Damn, them niggas is taking. Oh, yeah, I guess this will do.
Yeah. Damn, that sounds so bad.
That shit sounds bad.
Yo, I promise you. I told my sister the same thing when she was in college. She said she wanted a 6'6". She's like 5'2". I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like, what's your issue? And then now she dealing with a dude. I ain't gonna say that, but yeah, like,
is your dad tall?
no, he's 5'9". He's the same height as me.
Oh, okay. Now my father is tall, so.
But she 5'2" though. Like, why does it matter?
You still what's wrong with liking a tall person?
Because everybody likes a tall person, right? So you're not gonna if everybody likes this person, you're not gonna have him. They're not gonna want you.
She specifically said 6'4", so like really, like just say somebody taller than you. So if you 5'2",
Yes, Lady Di, I hear you in the background. Absolutely.
Yeah. And she went in no type of shape, and I'm like, girl, what type of
James?
I'm telling you, I be real with my family, especially my sister. I'm like, how you gonna get this dude? This dude don't want you.
Like, no type of shape is nasty work, son.
I promise you, I love her now, but come on.
Yo, James wildin', but he right. But let me ask you, what do y'all have to say for yourselves?
I think sometimes women go into it with an unrealistic expectation.
Majority of the time or the minority of the time y'all go in delusional? That's what you meant.
Majority of the time we go, as I said, younger age, just the world is your oyster. So you think that you're going to get this like fairy tale, everything on the list. And then you start to realize as time goes on, what is actually important. And it's not necessarily someone being 6 feet, not someone having 6-pack, but like, how are you treating me? Not necessarily also the money part is not necessarily it. It's work ethic. Will they work hard? Those are the things that you start to look at.
You double, hold on. You double dutching. You not necessarily and all this. What you hopscotching. So the money does and doesn't matter, because that's what necessarily means. It acknowledges both sides of the argument.
No,
so does the money matter? Hold on, Tiff. Does the money matter or not?
I think work ethic matters more than money.
So, Ms. Watson, can we agree that a lot of us grew up with Disney delusion in the way that we were taught that happily ever after? So, yes, are you entering romantic spaces absolutely delusional? Yes, by way of conditioning. It's delusional.
At what age did this delusion begin to evaporate?
50?
30.
UT said it don't evaporate.
It does evaporate.
So, okay, so are we being right? Because we having fun with it, right? So is it just the world actualizing? Like, is that what's happening? Right. So if I try to understand what they saying, James, UT, Tone, Aaron, August, when we start playing sports, right? You think and know you going to the league, right? Whatever league that is. And then you say, oh shit, I'm only 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", 5'. Oh shit, the linebackers is 250. I'm 200 pounds. And they 6 inches taller. Oh shit. You know what I mean? Steve Nash looked like a shrimp on the court and he's 6'3". Right? You just looking like, and so you start to put things in frame. Because I understand, is that a fair analogy or is that not the same thing?
I think that's fair.
It's I think that.
What?
Go ahead. Well, I was gonna say I think that. Go ahead, Iceman. You got it. You got it.
Appreciate it, Marie. It's a fair analogy. However, when we start, we still have an understanding that which is going to come is what it is. We just have no ability to perceive it because we're not there yet. But we know, temper yourself, son, because there's a pond with fish that the likes you've never seen.
Yeah, no, 100%, Aaron. But I think in the onset, right, you're doing well. You're in little league. I gotta stop. And then once you start getting around real competition and start really seeing, then you start to say, okay, what makes sense for me? What's my trajectory?
Oh yeah.
If do you agree that that's what they're articulating?
Yeah, your perception of self will undergo a change both ways.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
100%. Okay. So August, if it's like, I don't know if you agree yet, but if that's what's happening, that's more palatable to me.
Okay. I think that I'm gonna tell you, I think the nuance of it is that so usually when you come into the realization like, man, I'm not gonna make it to the league, look, I don't have the genetics or whatever the case may be, men typically come to that realization very quickly, whereas women would still have these same expectations and the same thoughts that they can attract whatever it is that they want, the 666 guy, and almost feel as though that there is no competition. Like she's the only competition and she's special. And no matter what it is, that's what's going to happen. So I think that there's a level. I think that women typically don't make the adjustment until reality sets in and tells them that they have to make the adjustment, because they may not have as many guys trying to, talk to them, or they start realizing that they're not getting looked at as much, or, they start realizing like, man, I think my value is going down a little bit. Let me go ahead and hurry up and jump into something real quick before, time run all the way out. So that's so I think it's a little different in the nuance.
I see what you pointing out. Okay. Go ahead, James.
I would say I have to disagree, man. I think on the surface we could, find, but I think they give so much to these guys. They give them kids. That's 18-year commitment right there, plus more. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to. I knew at 18 I wasn't going to the league at 17. You know what I'm saying? I joined. That's why I was like, all right, I'm not doing the college thing. I'm gonna go to the military. Then I'll do that later. You know what I'm saying? So they're giving these men 18 years. They're giving their virginity. They're giving them all the love and support. And these guys are breaking their hearts and not all that type of stuff. So I think it's a lot more trauma that's going to be built into that compared to me spraining my ankle.
Okay. I see. The residual effects of, because when we delusional, we get the results or the consequences pretty quick when it comes to these sports. Like, when you show up, like, oh shit,
I can't compete. I know I can't.
But by the time the consequence comes for them in terms of this, there's a lot of residual negative effects, which means it costs more.
Yes.
But the consequences for women, they don't think it's consequences. They think they're strong. And I could do it by myself. Type of thing. Good. The outlook is different for women.
Oh, damn. So there's more delusion. No, damn.
Do we think that that's because the delta or the distance to the next step in sports is such a quantum leap, but in life for women, the distance to the next step is incremental, relative? You know what I mean? Like, it's not so much of a bludgeoning change. Going from high school to D1 is a smack in the face. Graduating high school and that changing your social patterns, not so much. Maybe you still believe that you can do what you used to do.
I think that there's a level of delusion that plays into it, and then a lot of propaganda on top of that. And so there's enough evidence to determine, like, let's say she did finally get a guy that was 6'6", whatever that means, early on, and that relationship didn't turn out right. I would think that she, an adjustment would have to be made where that's not my speed. I need to, if I want a steady relationship with a man that is going to take me serious, then I'm going to have to make this adjustment and find my speed. But they just keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over again until it's, you know, it's time to jump into something after 30. That's how, you know, that's kind of what I see.
I think a big thing is that my type thing killed him a lot. My type, and your type ain't work for you in the first 3 times you don't have a type. You gotta let it go.
That's what I was saying.
Like,
that's exactly what I was saying. Yeah.
I mean, and I don't think they always think they type is the way they gotta go. And it never failed until it's like I'm 30 something or 40 something now. Like, all right, I guess I give UT a chance. I guess I give him a chance, you know, something like that.
Yeah.
Damn. Ladies, what y'all think? It's a broadcast. Y'all don't want to say nothing. Y'all ain't got nothing to say.
Restate the question one more time.
Nope. We've been talking about the question for 15 minutes. When y'all gonna get out of this delusion, man? And then y'all settling for making him the cleanup man.
No, I don't think it takes that. I think once you get to a particular age, and I would say, I hate to say it, but if you're a daddy's girl, when you finally see your father as a person and not necessarily a superhero, you start to connect like these people are kind of flawed, because for a long time, every argument that happened in our house, I swear to God, my mama I'm like, it's you. Why you treat my daddy like this? Ooh, my daddy deserved better than this. And then as a very grown woman, I'm like, oh, my mother swallowed a lot of crow, but she never not allowed me to be completely in love with my father. And when you say, what does it take? I think you kind of get out there and knock your head upside the wall, maybe one time on me, 2 times on you. It shouldn't be a third. And you realize like, oh, I've been very loved. I've been treated very well. And this is not necessarily what's out here. And all of the things that I was warned about, like fat meat is greasy. It don't take long. It don't, that first one, you're like, it's a fluke. The second one, like everything my parents said was absolutely right. And then start having kids, your parents become geniuses and mathematical financial wizards.
My wife has a perspective she wanted to share.
Yes, ma'am.
I just think that life like shapes your perspective. So the experiences that you're going through your 20s, like change your perspective as far as like your ego in a sense, and how it is that you see yourself and where it is that you fit in the world.
I see. So you learned those lessons are being learned, and now you start to say, okay, I'm bugging. I was right on this, etc. And so I could get with that. You know what I'm saying? You know what Mrs. Watson initially said, I ain't like it that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, ain't enough 6 foot niggas. I guess these 5'10", 5'9" ass niggas gonna make sense now. I'm like, geez, Louise. You know what I'm saying? But through trial and tribulation, things start to formulate. Essentially, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Well, mine is more like so I realized for me, no matter how tall you are, between the 6'6" and the 5'7", all of y'all are normally the same. It's the same heartbreak. Everything you're gonna get is the same. So that stuff goes out the window when it comes to height and all of that. Money to me comes and goes. You could get money with each other, or he could have it already. That stuff don't matter to me. But what really helps for women or for myself, I would say just asking questions to the right people. So if I see an issue, or if I want something, so I wanted marriage, I'll ask the oldest person, like if they like 60, 70 years old, how did y'all stay married so long? And is it a happy one? I would ask a stranger. I'll stop them in the middle of the street. I ain't care, because I know that's what I wanted. And I was doing that young. So when I was getting positive responses, I was like, oh, this is a thing. This does work. I know it doesn't work for most people. It didn't work for my parents, but it works for some people. So let me learn this way, and I'm gonna learn what not to do from my people. And then from that was just my puzzle. I put it together, and then, you know, had to do some work, and then I got married. So.
Okay. I like it. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, hit that like button right now.